job of showing us exactly why we think of these players so highly.
And now it's time. Everybody, game number 1 of the grand finals of the Winner Doubles Championships for North America. Let's go into it. At the moment, Zen off stage, coming back on, looking for a downer. Snowy just gets that neutral light, not able to pick up a weapon quite yet. And that is the kind of aggression from experience that we have come to expect at this point. This is how you either make it or you don't. Either you get that edge guard or somebody will go after you off stage and instead ground pound you into oblivion. So let's see what it's going to be for experience today.
So far, he's been getting juggled by Snowy, but now things are kind of changing here. Snowy landed on the ground, and Zen picked him up with a neutral signature on the gauntlets of Wushang. Experience with a neutral signature onto Snowy, turning around, putting pressure onto Boomie, splitting up that blue team. We have a Thatch in Grand Finals.
We have a Thatch in Grand Finals in this day and age.
In year 2024? Does this legend have legs? We know he has sea legs, but does he have bracket legs?
Apparently enough to at least keep him afloat this long. Boomie, how do you make it back onto the stage at this position? The answer is not easily.
You don't.
Yeah, you do not. Zen and Experience cleaning that one up now. Experience going out there, gets that GCD light, but interrupted, not able to get his full combo out. Okay, just barely able to get his dodge back in time. Boomie jumping on
nice.
there. Wow.
Nice full team wipe there. It was technically a double KO for Snowy on that one, but of course Boomie did a great job of setting it up with the blasters down air.
Experience is nuts, even with no weapon, just coming back onto the stage. Boomie just backing up, giving up stage. Experience is still going out there and going off stage every single time, every single day of the week.
And that's where a team wipe can be in your favor a little bit, or at least like makes it a less bad situation for you because your teammate is respawning back in with you, so you both have iframes when you land. That's why Boomie was backing up. It's because both members of the red team had iframes while they were spawning back in.
Yeah, not a super fun position to be in. You connect that end light, and the neutral target switch, incredible. Ends up down airing, or rather just misspacing it slightly. Experience committing to that slide off D-light, and Boomie using that as an opening to get back on. Zen said, hey, you're going back off stage, and now Snowy all of a sudden is the one that is the target. Has just not been able to get any amount of center stage up until he uses that weapon toss. Such a fast option, such a good way to say, like, hey, I want to get back on, this is how I do it.
Now, Snowy was doing a great job of avoiding so many different things, and Boomie was just kind of over by his lonesome on the left side. He was up on the soft platform a little bit as well, and then he started to move in, but the second he did, we see why he was being careful, because both of them got wiped out by the down signature.
Okay, Experience. Oh my gosh, that follow-up was incredible. Almost got something huge off of that downer, and now there's a cannon ditto happening on the right side. Snowy just coming back on here, looking for the downer of his own.
Nice
Boomie connecting that downer. What a finish.
That's a double as well. We've now seen 2 different double KOs this game. The first one went to Snowy, this one went to Boomie. And now we find ourselves, everybody on final stocks, about 3 minutes into this game. Everybody has a weapon.
Oh,
Boomie,
they're all fighting. It is chaos
scary.
at center stage. Everybody was getting hit.
That was especially scary for Boomie, though, given he has that lower defense. So you catch him in a team combo, and it hurts that much more. D-Light recovery extended off of that soft platform. Nice down air, sending Experience down, but he goes back to the main platform. Now he's above Snowy.
Nice and patient, just
Good
waiting for Experience to back on off. Experience connecting that end light. How do you both make it back on, Snowy? You are in an awful position off stage, and Zen, oh my goodness, just getting both of them and then finishing it out with the taunt as well.
Another double KO, Tara.
Oh my goodness.
We've seen 3 double KOs that game. 1 from Snowy, 1 from Boomie, and 1 from Zen.
That was absurd. I gotta say, Zen's target switching in that last moment was incredible. There was just like a moment where he was looking at one opponent saying, hey, am I gonna go on you? Am I going to go on you? Just switch it up immediately, and then was still able to clean it up with 2 recoveries. This was such a back and forth game. There was no way to tell how this one was going to end. Yeah, I have no idea how this set's gonna go.
Zen's gauntlets are so good. He's really good at that weapon. Looking at the damage he did, 396 with the gauntlets compared to the 140 coming out from his spear. He's doing such a good job of making a difference with the gauntlets, whether it's there's a lot of juggling going on.
Look at how much unarmed damage was dealt by Snowy that game. 104, 108 was dealt by Cannon, 141 by Gauntlets. Basically a complete even spread.
Yes.
I feel like Snowy was not able to do that many Snowy things and was kind of left weaponless for a good chunk of it.
Except a major Snowy thing is throwing your weapon away and disarming yourself. So I think this is kind of like a...
This is peak Snowy.
Yeah. It's the Snowy things that you like don't want to see him doing. It's when the coin is landing on tails as opposed to heads.
So we'll have to just see how this game 2 goes. At the moment, though, Experience coming back onto the stage. Snowy connecting that neutral light onto Zen. Okay, whiffing that sidelight, just going to be eating one of Snowy's own as well. Both positions are just being exchanged, and now Zen, look at the position that Zen is in, but that was incredible. That is what I call doubles team play. That was phenomenal. Let me tell you exactly why.
Tell me.
Because when you are edgeguarding somebody, when you have knocked somebody off so far off stage, the best thing to do is go back and help out your teammate with whoever is still stuck on stage. Edgeguard, that's a chance in flipping a coin. Help out your teammate with good execution. You have a 0 to KO combo.
And their execution was so good because Boomie charged up the signature that he was using. He charged it up right after he sent the opponent into Snowy so that he would get the max force on it. So all it would take would be that final hit. They don't need a 4-minute long team combo that Swerft is making and putting on TikTok. They just needed 3 hits with a charged up signature to finish it off.
Snowy landing back down with the downer, and Boomie just doing an amazing job of keeping experience off stage. But in the meantime, while I was looking at the left side, over in the right and center, Zen just taking it off the top at the moment. Getting that neutral, GC and Light as well. Zen gonna be knocked off stage. Hey, guess what? Look at what's happening. Blue team is making the next move so ambiguous. Amazing interruption from Boomie. I love Boomie's interruptions. I love his edge guarding.
I'm sure they're loving the damage lead that they have right now as they have Zen and Experience very much in the red. Complete split of the red team. Zen's gonna fall. See if they can pick up Experience. Oh, he wasn't ready for the follow-up after that in-light from Boomie.
Okay, Experience making it back
Just
on,
chilling.
but look at the amount of damage that has been dealt.
Ooh.
Finally, that's going to be enough to be able to KO, and Zen is stuck off stage. Boomie, I mean, you already know the kinds of blasters 2v1 combos that Boomie is capable of. You get a D-light, you get an N-light, and it's you done.
The in-light gives him so much time for Snowy to figure out what he wants to do, but it's actually the red team that picked up Boomie in their team combo, sent him over to the edge, and then Zen was there to hit the ground pound to finish that up.
Look how patient Snowy is being, just to be able to go in and get that D-late, but then ends up getting interrupted nonetheless.
You're hearing those anti-airs come out from Snowy. He had to be careful, though, because Boomie was also up there. Didn't want to hit a neutral air, send Boomie off the top, because Boomie's on final stocks. So is Zen. Double neutral air from Snowy. He was looking for the finisher there. Experience back down low.
And gets the ground pound. Is that going to be it? But then Zen slides off with the D-Sig. And Experience, against all odds, makes it back onto the stage.
Zen slid off with the D-Sig that covers both sides in front and behind him, and that lets Experience get around so they didn't have to worry about getting hit by those grenades, but it didn't ultimately matter as Boomie and Snowy close it out. Boomie, despite doing less damage, picked up all 6 KOs, so he grabbed the ace for that game. Meanwhile, Snowy was the one doing the lion's share of the damage, so it's splitting of responsibilities between these two players. Snowy's doing a lot of damage. He serves him up right into Boomie's very high strength signatures.
Yeah, it didn't feel like Zen had a lot of presence that last game.
I would definitely agree.
Yeah, just like
and
got
the numbers
stuck
agree
off
with
stage.
you too.
Yeah, got stuck off stage quite a lot. I mean, Snowy on the gauntlets. Snowy on the gauntlets was absurd. I felt like Boomie did an amazing job of like either initiating, or he was like interrupting a lot of like different like team combos, and then Snowy was just like able to go ahead and take it all the way out. And Boomie was able to close very well. They had an incredible dynamic built up. I really like Boomie's control of the stage. He makes it so, he doesn't go out there for like super deep edge guards, but he makes it so difficult for people to actually just get back on.
I mean, he's playing Thatch, so you think about the weapons that Thatch has. Blasters, not typically the strongest edgeguard weapon in the game. Sword has a lot of utility, but you're going up against a lot of gauntlet players. One of the best weapons off stage, a very scary weapon off stage. And if we're looking at Boomie's damage split yet again, I'm still trying to think, like, where did this Thatch pick come from? Because yes, Boomie is a Blasters player.
Look at
He's
the sword.
doing 32 damage. 32 on the Blasters compared to 394 damage on the Sword. So over 10x damage on the Sword. This seems to be a much more sword-centric Thatch, especially with the signatures that he's using for the finisher.
Yeah, this is just confusing. I feel like Boomie's would have been opting to go for, you know, the Blasters on Thatch a little bit more. But I guess we're just finding out and learning together at the moment. So yeah, they're going to be going into game number 3. I don't anticipate any switch-ups at this point in time. We're just waiting for everybody to go ahead and jump back into the lobby. This has been exactly what I thought it was going to be, back and forth and completely up in the air up until the final moments. It doesn't even feel like up until like the very last stock that we even know who's going to be able to take it all.
Yeah, next game, who knows? Game after that, who knows? It's really a case-by-case, moment-by-moment basis. It seems like Boomie needs a moment before he locks in his legend, so we're just going to be chit-chatting here. Let's look about a trip through the bracket. Let's look at Zen and Experiences, because yes, they came off of a victory 3-0 against Anime and Dog compared to Snowy and Boomie coming through off of Java and Fakey. So I think Zen and Experience might have had a little bit easier of a trip. I'd say, of course, easier is always in air quotes. When you look at like Java and Fakey versus Anime and Dog, I'll take Anime and Dog all day. Of course, if we're talking about me specifically, I would lose to both teams. They would wipe the floor with me. But I'd be much more willing to go up against Anime and Dog than Java and Fakey, though I did beat Java in a money match.
Context? No, you didn't.
Yes,
what kind of money match was this?
It was in
Brawlhalla?
Yeah. I would get into the specifics of it, but we're actually getting into the game right now, so we can't get into the details, unfortunately, as we're moving into this game through the two commentators on the desk over to the Fortress of Lions. As you see the countdown behind us, Snowy and Boomie, of course, no legend swaps whatsoever like you already called out.
Yeah, they all seem really comfortable with the picks at this moment in time. Everybody really jumping into Game 3 of Grand Finals. And already, look at what Experience is doing off stage. Relax already, going out there with that gauntlet. GCD sig. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, man.
That is the aggression that I want to see from Experience, but I'm not seeing the closing.
I'm saying don't relax. Because they put out so much damage onto Snowy, except now the pace is changing a little bit. Experience going so low. He is totally unafraid of going off stage. There's the D-Light into the neutral air to get that punish on the D-Light from Experience. Getting through that neutral signature from Boomie.
Everybody's just pressing so many specials, so many signatures, at the moment. Just galore, one after another, just getting whiff punished over and over. Snowy, can you make it back on? You cannot. Excellent edge guarding from Experience. Just said, hey, you got of options. And look at this combo. Look at what's happening. Experience wanting to make a clip happen with that slide charge and sig.
I really love that edge guard that Experience just did. Yes, it was simple, finishing it up with a down air, but in between, he didn't just like pause there and waste his time while he was floating, seeing what Boomie was going to do. What he actually did was get back on the main platform, fully reset his jumps, and he was also there to help out his teammate if the opportunity presented itself for a man advantage team combo.
And now Experience knocked down to his second stock, and Zen, when you get knocked off that deep off stage, Experience is left to fight for himself. But whoa, wait a second. Boomie, last stock? Now, 2 minutes into the game? What is happening?
This is very not good. This is quite bad for the blue team. The fact that Snowy is only about maybe midway through his stock, probably 40% of the way through his second stock compared to Boomie, who is so deep. He is out of there, and Snowy is also going to fall 5 stocks on the red team to the 1. It's Snowy. He's by himself here at the Winter Doubles Championship.
This is tragic. Humans are social creatures. They're not supposed to be by themselves, and look at what's happening now.
They take care of each other.
Isolated, by himself, forced to fight the world, and it's just him at the moment. His teammate not there to back him up, and Zen finishing that off with an NSEG. That's not going to be enough to take out the stock, but this game is done. This game is done. Wow.
And this is a pace that we've come to. Okay. All right, Experience throwing out the taunt there. Now this is a pace that isn't a regular occurrence, but it's not that irregular. It's not that uncommon coming from a Boomie team where Boomie gets taken out super early. Whoever his teammate is has to fight while he still has like 1 3/4 of a stock or 2 stocks to his name. So a complete problem with the pacing of the damage taken in that game.
It's 2-1. They can make this happen. Boomie and Snowy can at least get this bracket reset, but they need to keep themselves into the game. If Boomie is going out that early, that is when disaster begins to strike. Experience, when it comes to the offstage, that last game, Experience was the best player in the world for a few moments. That edge guarding, that precision, that lethality, unmatched. So going into this next game, and Experience already, you can see that, right? Dashing out there, looking for the neutral. He wants to set up that advantageous position again and again. He is hungry, and the question is, will he get his meal?
I think he might, because we saw last game that he didn't get punished for it whatsoever, and that's when Experience is at his best. When he's able to sort of listen to those intrusive thoughts just a little bit, like that, getting just enough away from that ground pound that came in from Snowy, getting above him, throwing out the ground pound of his own, and finding the KO there. Don't mess with Experience off stage. You are making a critical error.
That's what happened. He got ground pound mocked in that one moment. He whipped it, and then Experience was like, hey, that's my game. That's what I do best in this moment. Zen has to find a way to come back onto the stage. Experience still following up after getting hit by that recovery as well. Blue team, they need to be able to get a stock off of red team now before this is too late. Okay, Experience, you get knocked off stage. How do you close?
There's
Okay.
the D-Light into the recovery. That's
one.
You know, kind of the way to do it when you're a Blasters
That's
player.
two.
Is that 2? Yes, it is 2. Nice double KO for Boomie. It's now 5 stocks to 4, but they do have to keep eyes on Snowy, who's about halfway through this stock. Almost got caught by that down air from Experience, but he had the dodge in time. Snowy avoiding everything, landing on a
Okay.
soft platform before going back to main.
Almost built that blue team sandwich
This is
at the
scary.
moment. Snowy, how do you make it back on?
Oh,
Experience.
this is scary.
Look at what Experience is doing. He's just waiting. He's waiting for the recovery option. That is a masterclass on how to edge guard with cannon. You don't immediately commit. You just wait. You look at the jump, and then you figure
Nice.
out, is this going to be a ground pound or is this going to be a down air?
Dude, incredible coverage coming out from the red team here. It went from 5 stocks to 4 to a
No,
complete
not
184
again.
stocks to
Not
3.
again.
Boomie gets glonked on the head.
And Snowy, oh my gosh, Boomie is still able to make it back on, but both blue team members are still on the stage. I thought that was going to be it for Boomie. Oh no.
Nice side air, using the stage to help him out there, catching on that kind of 45-degree angle, so it sends straight down.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
that was
Snowy.
so scary.
Yeah, okay, Boomie just coming back on in the nick of time, able to go ahead and get that ground pound. Snowy, you have taken so much damage. You need to stay afloat. You need to stay in this game. You do not want to be stuck off stage. And Zen, what is happening on either side of the stage, Spokey?
Experience is trying so hard to force these offstage edge guards. He knows he's close to the end of his stock, so if he can take a member of the blue team with him, that's huge over on the edge. Nice neutral light.
Getting both of them stacked with that end light, excellent. That's the reset that you absolutely need. Experience, gonna come back onto the stage, whipping that option.
What a great interruption coming out from Zen.
How do they make it happen? Zen is playing so evasively, just not letting himself get hit at all. You connect the end light, you get the D light, but no side light afterwards. Snowy gets knocked off stage, comes in with the side air, ends up switching back onto Zen. That's
Nice
the pogo.
down air.
Is it it?
Boomie, he's all by himself here in the 1v2. He needs this victory. A miracle needs to happen for Boomie to take this.
Oh.
And it's not gonna come, but a weapon toss will bonk him on the head. And Zen and Experience are your North American Winter Doubles champions.
That last game was played entirely off stage. That is what defined who won that game. Experience off stage, a completely different animal. You